Guys, people, Deluded Guna, N'Golo Kante of this YouTube thing, the best YouTuber, the only knowledgeable YouTuber. Yeah, man, I'm so savage they won't book me. But yeah, let's get into it. Q&A, you guys know how much I love Q&As. I was so excited. I brought it out 24 hours later. If you guys ask me enough questions, if I have 4 or 5 questions, I'll bring it out on Friday and Sunday, and you have 3 in a week. You guys know the work rate is insane. That's why no one's levels. But let's get into it. As you probably heard, papers in my hands. Oh, you saw my handwriting for the first time. Appalling. But yeah, they're the questions. Let's dig into it. Thank you for everyone, of course, that's participated and asked questions. And I know we've seen some copycat channels trying to run with this, with fancy edited, and it hasn't banged because no one wants to ask them nothing. But yeah, guys, let's get into it. Tyler asked. I think that was in my comments actually. I saw this question. Question for your next Q&A or whatever. You obviously have a good football knowledge and passion. Are you planning to carry that on in a career? And if so, which roles would you see yourself best in? Management brackets, management, coaching, etc. Solid content as always, mate. Props from Newcastle. Shout out to him, man, from Newcastle. Shout out to all the Geordie ones. I mean, I love football. I would love. I have ambitions to coach. I mean, I'm actively getting my coaching badges and things like that. I need to take the next step. I've been a bit slack on that front. I've gained a talent ID qualification. I'm looking to get into that a bit more. Football's a stitch up. It's all about who you know and things. But if it was a black and white world, I do believe in time. I'm not ready now. If you ask me right now to manage a team, I could probably manage a lower league team and have some training drills and stuff, but I wouldn't be a success because I'm being honest with myself. I could see myself as a coach. I could see myself during talent ID, youth development, scouting and things like that. As you guys have seen from my YouTube video, that is a hobby of mine. Who knows where this vlogging stuff could take me as well. I mean, at present, admittedly, I can't see a future in this for me personally because I'm too real for this stuff. But if it did present a career, I suppose I could be like Thierry Henry or Gerrard, doing the little pundit thing and then going and coaching and scouting. But if you ask me all them departments and I had to say one excluding this vlogging thing, scouting. I enjoy coaching, but there's nothing better than scouting. Of course, scouts, you go all up and down the country, hours are wasted. You rarely find a player that's actually going to be it. But when you find that guy, it's a madness. Hope that answers your question, man. Like I said, big up Newcastle. Jerome Isaiah Lamely, forgive me if I said your name wrong. Do you play any football games such as FIFA or Football Manager? Well, FIFA when when I'm at the boys' house and things like that, don't have PlayStation and things. Always get smacked up on it, but yeah, I don't mind FIFA. I mean, I put Legacy Defending on as well. That's how you know I don't bang FIFA. Football Manager, bang out Football Manager, bang it out. I ain't played it in like 2-3 weeks, but Football Manager's the game still. So yeah, hope that answers your question. At Reese_Nelson61, what players do you think will go on to do big things at Arsenal? Well, it's hard, man, because many of these players that are highly rated, not just Arsenal, other clubs too, won't achieve nothing. And it's 9 times out of 10, it's the one you sleep on and don't expect to do anything could be the one. We've seen numerous and a number of talented youth prospects mailing the worst for me depart the club, so it is quite hard. But off the top of my head, I'm a big fan of Emil Rose Smith. I think he could have a possible career, so it depends on him. Dragomir, the same. I think he could have a career. Trey Cole, first year scholar. Him, the same. Jay De Silva looks like an interesting prospect. Bielik, depending on when he comes back from his injury. Obviously, we've got the conventional ones like Rene Adelaide and things like that to go do big things. And obviously, Reece Nelson looks like, if I had to put a bet on it, it'd be Reece Nelson because I don't think we've had he's one of the brightest talents in the country and he's one of the brightest talents to come out of Arsenal since Jack Wilshere. And even with Jack Wilshere, I mean, in a while, who's come out with potential like this? There's a lot of players I could name, guys, but they're the players I really believe. Next question. Shout out my guy, man. This is my guy, Tariq Amazing. Who would you say is currently the best pundit? He's got a few questions, by the way, but best pundit? I think they all have their pluses and pros. If I look on the basis of who I could actually listen to and have a conversation with, Thierry Henry, Glenn Hoddle's a bit fickle at times, but him, Souness, only when Souness is talking about the approach and mentality, not when he's talking about Pogba needs to look at Fellaini and all them silly things there. Gary Neville as well, apart from when he talks about United because he can go over the top. Never want to talk with Phil Neville, the guy just talks nonsense. So yeah, they're the only guys I could really see. Oh, Rio, I could talk with Rio. Gerrard to a degree, maybe Ian Wright, but I'd probably say if I had to just put a bet on it, Gary Neville, Thierry Henry, Rio, and Souness, when Souness is talking about certain things, to be honest with you. So I hope that answers your question. You guys got enough questions. Is there any point in managers getting contracts? Yeah, of course, bro. Of course there is. I mean, it's a bit like player contracts. They mean nothing nowadays. They're just a piece of paper. But yeah, it does, man. I feel your pain on that one. Should there be a sacking window for managers? I can see the case, and in the black and white world, you could say yes, but I don't think there should be, purely on the basis that if I'm a manager or owner, or better yet, of a football club, and I don't think a manager's doing the job or taking it forward, despite of all the philosophies and all the promises. At the end of the day, it's my business. Whether I put my hard-earned money or I own the club through other ways. That or the consortium should have the luxury of being able to sack people at any point, because that allows, if a manager's failing and he knows he's failing, that allows him time to slack on things like that. And I'm not a fan of complacency. You're seeing at my club, we've got a manager who's very complacent and comfortable. This would create complacency for a number of managers, to be honest. I do think there should be 10-game minimum rule. If that's what you're asking, give them 10 games minimum and then see. But then again, if someone is really failing and you don't see anything to get behind in 10 games, you should be able to sack them. So I hope that answers your question, to be honest. What's the bias to Klopp by the media? Bro, I always tweet about this. I love Klopp. I think he's going to do big things. But it seems like he's literally praised for failure. Yes, you could say he's inspiring Liverpool and all of them things. But some of the things he does, like the failure in the cup competitions, the league, no real league title challenge. If that's Pochettino, it's not Pochettino. Pochettino gets a pass. If that's Jose, Wenger, or Conte, it's failure. Klopp literally gets praised for failing in finals. Klopp, people have highlighted that, and I've told you guys, I think Conte, Wenger, and Klopp are over relying on certain players. People have gotten his back for relying on certain players. Jose the same, for not investing. City, there's talk of a centre half. Liverpool, it's like there's a reluctance to admit that they could have signed a centre half, and a lot of their signings they missed a trick with not signing a centre half. Liverpool, I don't feel, are scrutinised by the media enough, to be honest. That's nothing to do with the Liverpool fans. Just half the media that we listen to happen to be ex-Liverpool players. And then yeah, so I hope that answers your question. Mike to be, I hope I've said your name. Fave track right now. That's subjective, man. There's a lot of tracks I'm feeling that I don't know if they're new or not, but Mr. Madness, couple of Vibes Cartel's new songs, Popcorn, El Chapo, K-Trap dropped I'm feeling all of K-Trap's album, to be honest, man, especially Sauce on Spill. In fact, I'm going to start calling myself Mr. Sauce on Spill in these vids. So I hope that answers your question. Second from last, Joe. Q&A, who do you think should be our captain/vice captain long term when Mertesacker retires and Koscielny injured? Well, that's hard. There's a very lack of leadership problem. If I actually sat down and looked at the squad, it might be different. I'd probably say, if he's fit, Wilshere, Mustafi, on the basis that he likes to open his mouth, but he wanted to leave the club. You'd think Xhaka eventually will have captain material in him. I would say Alexis is a leader, but I wouldn't have him down as someone to be the captain. That's a very big question, and that's where I always say there needs to be 11 captains. The armband doesn't mean anything. Do you know who'd probably get it? Monreal. Because I see Monreal talk. He's experienced. He plays in the back three consistently. It'll probably go to Monreal. Or in fact, now it's just hit me. Check. Give it to Check. Check. He's experienced. He's a winner, etc. It has to be Check. These questions are hard on the spot, but Check. Final question. Abby. @Abby_Abby. Do you think long-term United will have problems fitting in Martial and Rashford? Tongue twisted there. Basically, let me do that again. Do you think long-term United will have problems fitting in Rashford and Martial, seeing as they're both better up front? I don't know why I must look mad stupid trying to read that and failing, guys. But to answer your question, it would be a lovely dilemma to have. You add Lukaku into the mix. He's 24. Martial's in his early 20s. Rashford hasn't entered his 20s, so they're all young. And a young and exciting workforce. It gives you guys a lot of options. I'm assuming you're a Manchester United fan. You could play two up front like how City have it with Jesus and Sergio. You could play 4-3-3 with three actual strikers, and you rotate. You see incidences. Lukaku likes to pull onto the last shoulder of the last man. Martial favours the left, even though he cuts in a lot. Rashford can play either way, so they could interchange and things like that. There's also the case of Rashford playing behind both of them in an unofficial 10 role. It's not exactly the 10 of like the Ozils and the Silvers, but he's behind them in the same way that, I don't know, didn't Jose say he'd like to play Zlatan behind Lukaku in that? So there's plenty of options. I believe currently Neva, you'd probably put Neva or Neva, however you say it, through the middle. Neva have shown it. Martial in his first year gave it to him, gave the fans something, and he got 17 or more goals. Don't know why 17's in my head. Rashford, for as much as I like him, he's not good enough currently to lead the line for United and the pressure and things like that. He can play there, but yeah, so it'd probably be Lukaku, because of the CV, because of who he is, and because of what he signed him for. But it's a lovely dilemma to have, to be honest with you. And if it's still Jose when it's time for these lot to play through the middle, like actually time to play through the middle as established players, who knows? But it's a lovely dilemma to have, to be honest, and it'll be keen to see. I would love to see the mentality of when these players do get to that level, what is going to happen when someone misses out, if someone misses out. But guys, there's the QA there. Delu Daguna, I'm signing out. I'm sorry if I've confused anyone. Thank you for your questions. Get in the comments and ask more questions. Subscribe. Follow me on my socials. I'm out, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Honestly, it means a lot.